certified specialist internist. Thank you so much for joining me even as we break down bradycardia in this rapid review video. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? So bradycardia in the adult is classically defined as a heart rate which is below 60 beats per minute. But there is some variation in normal between populations. The cardiac output is equal to the forward stroke volume of the left ventricle multiplied by the heart rate. So, as such, it can be asymptomatic or it can be associated with fatigue, weakness, lightheadedness, or syncope. Clinically, in terms of physical findings, you may have hypotension, cool extremities, and cannon airways in the setting of AV dissociation. From a conceptual perspective, guys, there's 15 causes of bradycardia for us to know. Partition due to narrow complex, which is 11 causes, and here the QRS complex is basically narrow, so it's maximum 120 milliseconds or 3 small blocks on the ECG trace, versus wide complex, which is going to be greater than 3 small blocks or 120 milliseconds on the ECG trace. And then we further certified narrow complex into being regular or irregular, and wide complex into regular and irregular. Causes of regular narrow complex Brady, 4 to know: sinus bradycardia, atrial flutter with AV block, atrial tachy with AV block, which seems intuitively nonsensical, right? But there is atrial tachycardia, which encounters a downstream AV block, so it becomes filtered and ends up as a bradycardia. Then you get a junctional escape rhythm. Irregular narrow complex Brady, sinus arrhythmia, which is variation in heart rate with respiration, but it comes out as Brady. Sinus arrest, sinoatrial exit block. Then we get atrial fibrillation with a slow ventricular rate. You've got absent P waves, you've got irregular pulse, you've got irregular QRS complex. Number 5 is atrial flutter with variable AV block. And then we get the two brothers of second degree AV block, Morbus type 1, which is Venkelbach, and then Morbus type 2. I encourage you to have a look at my video on heart block for a further explanation of those entities. What causes regular wide complex bradycardia? There's 2 to mention: regular supraventricular rhythm with a wide QRS and a slow ventricular rate, or ventricular escape. Right? By definition, ventricular escapes come from the ventricle, so it has to be wide, above 3 small blocks on the ECG trace. Irregular wide complex Brady has to do with 2 as well: irregular supraventricular rhythm with a wide QRS and a slow ventricular rate, or Morbus type 2 second degree AV block. This is a nice acronym taken from Dr. Revision. I encourage you to have a look at this video, which breaks down the causes of bradycardia, and the acronym is MODIs. M is for mixed edema. O is obstructive jaundice. Yes, bilirubin itself, the conjugated portion, can deposit in the conduction system of the heart and cause impedance to cardiac conduction. Drugs like digoxin, we know digoxin inhibits the sodium potassium ATPase pump, right? And therefore it leads to increased intracellular calcium. So it slows conduction, so it's negatively chronotropic, but it's positively inotropic. Diltiazem is a non-dihydropyridine calcium channel blocker. Verapamil is its cousin as well in the same class. Beta blockers can do the same. They cause negative chronotropy. Hypoxia, severe hypoxia, can slow the heart rate, as can hypothermia, heart blocks we spoke about, inferior wall infarction, because remember, the inferior wall is taken by the right coronary, which also supplies the SA node, right? Intracranial tension increase, intraocular pressure increase in glaucoma, sick sinus syndrome. Okay, my friends, let's talk about the attributes of God. God is awesome, God is love, but God is also holy, and He is inimitable. That's the acronym is attributes, I think. Right, so anyway, God is all-powerful, all-present, and all-knowing. The Bible calls Him omnipotent, all-powerful, omnipresent, always present, omniscient, all-knowing. He is a transcendent God, which transcends our natural ability to fathom or conceptualize. And He goes above and beyond that which we are capable of understanding. He is triune, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in one person. He is the ruler of all creation, which means He has dominion and authority. Right? He is excellent and praiseworthy. He is immutable. You know, you can never ever stop the voice of God. He is blameless. He is totally sinless, and He is righteous in every respect. He is unique. He is temptation proof. He is eternal, from everlasting to everlasting. He is self-existent. He always existed from before time began, and He will always exist in future. God is wonderful, and the amazing part is that this awesome, all-powerful, excellent God still desires a relationship with you and I. He still wants to commune with us and fellowship with us. So says the book of Genesis. God said, let us create man in our own image. And God created man to fellowship with Him. And I pray we will seek God and seek His fellowship. Alright, thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Looking forward to our another looking forward to another rapid review video on my channel. God bless you. Take care.